The trick when you're lost is to not feel lost. Even though you are lost. Well, as long as we're here, might as well gather all this birch wood. Even though I definitely have more than enough. Probably have enough to honestly make a unique floor out of it. Really should have left all this coal at home. I think when we get home, that'll be the first order of business, is to store all this coal away. I don't think it's a thing in this version, but later versions of the game made blocks. Or I think in this game you can make blocks of... You can make blocks of, iron and gold and maybe diamonds. But, you definitely can't out of coal. Later on, an item called the block of coal would be introduced. Block of coal is different from the coal ore. Block of coal is like 9 coal compacted into 1, and you get some bonus fuel. It's a little more efficient in terms of storage and smelting. But it smelts so many items that honestly, like, it smelts more than a stack of items. So it's honestly up to you whether or not you want to use it. You guys don't know how heavy my finger just triggered. Also, floating island. Those existed more back in these days, the floating islands. Over time they removed them. I don't know why. I thought it added whimsy and joy to the game. But as I walked by those pigs, like, my fucking trigger finger just, like, twitched really hard to try to kill them. I'm becoming a bloodthirsty barbarian. Who do you think I am? Well, down there's the spruce area. I suppose we can go down there. There's nothing unique down there except for these trees. I believe this biome is called a taiga, but don't quote me on that. We are very high up. We could easily fall off and die if something were to attack us. Or if I make a misclick. I mean, you saw there, I misjudged there. Just trying to see if maybe I could get the lay of the land. Sadly, we're too high up in the world for redstone to really generate, so I can't make the compass to help us get home. What I can do is attack some chickens. If this were a Zelda game, I'd be in a lot of trouble with how many chickens I've attacked. If you don't know, in Zelda, there's a chicken-like creature called a cuckoo. And there's always been kind of a bit, which is if you attack the chickens, they swarm you to death. And typically it's very hard to avoid. It's such a meme thing they put in the game. Walking on the buttons on me. Oh no. Starting to get pretty thirsty in real life. We might just brave the night this time. Honestly, the night is the least of my concerns. Do want to fuel up, though. If you're curious why monsters come out at night, I actually don't think it was an intentional game decision. Necessarily. I don't think they were ever like, it's part of the game loop that they come out at night. I think what happened was, so the way monsters are programmed to spawn is they spawn below a certain light level, and as it approaches night, it just happens to get to that light level. Oh hey, another village. This one might be a little more interesting for us. Definitely. We come in here. Oh, is this not a thing in this version? Maybe it wasn't. This village is kind of bugged, isn't it? The lights don't quite light correctly. Oh well, if we come up here, though... we're able to keep watch. So I guess I'll rest here for the night again. And the sun rises once again across a land of something or other, I guess. How'd you get up here? Can you climb ladders? Anyways, I was excited for this. This did come with furnaces, but that didn't really mean much to me. I was excited because normally this comes with that. Oh, I forgot about that. Because this is version 1.0, there's actually something you can do with swords that's only in old versions of Minecraft. What's... you can't hold them hostage, bro. They must not be programmed to attack villagers yet. Something they do in later versions is specifically seek out villagers to kill them. So one thing you can do with the sword is that you can actually block, which I think just reduces damage you take. I don't think it actually, like, full-on stops the attack or, like, damages the enemy that attacked you. I think this is where we want to go, but I might be wrong. It's raining. That could be an issue. Rain is something. Rain is really weird. So it rains in most parts of the world, unless you are in a snow area. Where it will instead snow. And in the desert, it doesn't rain at all, it's just simply darker. There's simply overcast. The one thing is, though, is that the undead aren't vanquished by the sun. I think spiders also might be aggressive in the rain, but that could be... It's not exactly something I'm knowledgeable on. So it could just be japes when I say that. Walking on wet inside me. You aren't missing much, by the way, when I do those cuts. I just want to make that clear. Alright. Ender pearls, by the way, I know I got one last time. They do have a use, so I recommend you don't overuse them. Oh. That's a wolf. On the hunt. Looks like we've got ourselves a new little friend. Wolves can help us out. Wolves will attack things you attack. Which that was pretty wasteful, but you know what I mean. It was a good demonstration. The only mobs they don't dare to fight are the creepers. And I don't know why. Oh yeah, that's right. They do struggle to keep up with you in water, so what you do want to do is kind of get on land, and they'll teleport near you. Might have to expand our little farming area to incorporate room for the cacti. Cacti are also unique in the sense that if you're going to grow a cacti, sapling on the ground. Perhaps we're on our way back through an area we've been through. It's very peculiar for there to be a sapling on the ground. Ah, yes, the much familiar. We're getting home. Wolves have to be tamed with bones from skeletons, which is one reason you might want to keep a few bones around. Don't actually know if this is our snow or not. Sometimes your sprint also might just end for some reason. It's kind of a thing. I miss my little frozen lake from home. No landmarks or nothing. Wolf is probably much more comfortable in this environment based on how it looks. It's honestly, it seems very Arctic in appearance. There it is. I recommend building your base near spawn because you can do stuff like that. Depends on how you feel about F3, whether you consider it cheating or not. Hello? You can feed rotten flesh and other meats to your pet here. They are somewhat hesitant about coming inside, though. Here you go, buddy. Why don't you just take a seat? It's much warmer in here. But alas, we are back with stuff and things, and I'm actually gonna need like 2 of that. It'll be better once we get some cows on demand. Wait. Our home is a little drab. Why don't we fix that up? After sleeping, most weather will look clear up. Oh, doors don't even stack in this version. I didn't know that. Here, let's get you outside for a little bit of sun time. Alright, so I think the next thing is we need a little more comfort in our home. Our home's good, but honestly, I'm not really feeling it. Just realized I did not harvest any sand while we were in the desert, huh? Oh well. Luckily, even though... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. You can use shears to pick up grass like that. So that strikes your fancy. I guess one thing I can show off. If we go up to a sheep... Not him, he's already color. And we click on them with an ink sac in this version, they'll turn black. In later versions of the game, because they made multiple ways to craft dyes, several things which used to just act as straight up dye, you have to craft first and then use it as a dye. I also want to upgrade this while I'm at it. I think we deserve a little bit of carpet to take this tense, dirty feel off our feet. Oh, and one thing, well, since we're on the topic of wool, I think if you take 4 string, you can actually weave it into wool in the crafting table. I guess this video can be titled The Many Uses of String. Or something, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea what to name these. I'll probably just watch them all the way through. You can dye wool various colors, and maybe I'll do that eventually. But for now, I think a white carpet suits us best. Now, after you tame a wolf, bones honestly don't become super useful. Anyway, here we got some gold ingots. That has some implications we can use. Or applications, not implications. There's some things we can use with it. And this chest is honestly getting kind of full, so I might... I'll go ahead and make another one, but first... I guess I could show off gold tools. So gold tools are kind of interesting. You can make them, but... Ooh, that was a bit of a stutter there. They mine really fast. But you can see that durability bar is going down quite fast as well. Like this axe, I haven't even trimmed the side of the house yet fully. And this is already pretty damaged. But axes are good at this, and they're also good at enchanting. I've kind of been avoiding the topic of enchanting because we've been pretty far off from it by now, but I think progressionally now it's topical. So, enchanting, you make an enchanting table, or an enchantment table. I don't remember which it technically is called anymore. Which you take 4 obsidian, 2 diamonds, and a book. And you arrange that in a certain pattern, and you get an enchantment table. Two of these. We can organize a little bit. I typically like to dedicate a chest to all of my main materials. All of my special, harder to get things. And one kind of for everything else. That's just my way of doing it, though. I guess we have time left, so why not? There are things we can do with string. So first off, if we place sticks like this and 2 strings, we can get a fishing rod. But if we place some sticks like this and 3 strings, we can get a bow. Both of these can technically be used to get food. Getting fish, honestly, here might be kind of difficult. I can try, though. Yeah, so after a while, the bobber will go down and we get raw fish. In newer versions, this fish sprite has no reworked version, technically. They reworked it so there was 2 types of fish that you could eat, mainly being cod and salmon. So that's what fishing is used for. It can be good as a way to get food, but I wouldn't recommend it. There are better ways. There we go, that might work. I guess 2 is fine. Wood planks, I believe, smelt 1.5 items. And a stick, I believe, smelts 0.75 of an item. Alright, we got delicious fish. Cooked fish. I guess there is sort of one more thing we could do. Something I've been meaning to do for a while is kind of gussy up the house and make it a little less hovel-y. Yeah, you can see the or golden axe is not that good. It does mine really fast though, so if you're in a hurry, like gold, like we need to gather a bunch of dirt or something really quick, go ahead. Let's see, I think 8 sand should be good for this. I mean, I guess it really depends. I almost destroyed our cake that we worked so hard to make. Cake you cannot pick up under really any circumstances. Our house might get a little dimmer from this. Alright, and I know there's some sand to be found somewhere. There's some. It's kind of hard to find sand beneath all the snow. But we can get the sand out of the snow. I don't really want to tear up the land too much. So I'll fill in this part with dirt. If you're curious how you can get grass to grow on dirt, it actually, there's no way to force it. It just kind of happens. There's basically, this game runs on a time system called a tick, which is an arbitrary measurement of time in the game. Ticks, I believe, are like fractions of seconds. I don't remember what they directly translates to, but I believe every certain amount of ticks, the game performs certain checks. And one of those is grass checks. So grass has a chance to spread to nearby blocks, as well as blocks very similar to grass. Need the door. The door. Throw that in there. Finally, it's all out of my inventory. I like organizing my stuff like that. Fish is pretty good for you. That's not where coal goes. Alright. So we can start with the sand. You can put sand in a furnace to turn it into glass blocks. Of course, the glass is not without imperfections. Later versions of Minecraft make glass a lot more of an advanced block in regards to its textures. So this is a glass block, though. And we could do that, and we could place that, and the glass would have the thickness of a full block. However, we saw in the villages that the glass there was thinner than a full block. And you might be curious how you might make that. Well, if we get a 6th glass really quick, and we take it into a crafting table, you can put 6 glass like this to get 16 glass panes. And these glass panes are much thinner. So now we can see out, and it's much more quaint. The whole room has opened up, so to speak. Now, we will want to keep some glass blocks around. You don't want to just turn all your glass into glass panes. But you do get 16 glass panes, so if you need a lot of glass, use the panes. Save yourself the pain, use glass panes. I don't know, what am I? Some kind of marketer? I guess we could take flint and put it over here. I don't know. No, we won't put the flint in there. We'll just keep it in here. So one thing you can do with the flint, though, kind of the one thing you can do with the flint, remember to grab it real quick. I was wrong. You get 4 arrows per craft. We can do that to get arrows. What you can do with a bow is you can draw it, and it takes a minute to get it to full strength, but then you can, boom, shoot from quite far away. So what we're going to actually look for is over there. Of the lava. We're going to be kind of on the lookout a little bit for skeletons. Darn. That was a pretty damn good setup for that. Here we go. So you need to be quite far away from a skeleton for this advancement. And you're going to want to go until you can't quite... Actually, one way you can do it to help is vertical blocks, I think, also count. So if we do this with a skeleton... Oh, we weren't quite there yet. So let's try this. Do I still not have it? Sniper duel is a little bit finicky. We might need to turn up our mob render distance, honestly. Well, I don't know what happened there. Oh, wait, it's because I thought I was sneaking, that's why. Yeah, there's a cool guy outside. Did you guys know that? They will not blow up on you unless they can get right next to you. So don't worry about that. This is another good use for bows, though. Very good at dispatching these guys. Hey. Get out. Trying to get me from all fucking sides. Oh, it does snow. The top of our house is covered in snow. I guess I didn't know that in snow biomes, snow just naturally appears. Or maybe it was because it was snowing. It's probably that, honestly. Anyways, yeah, I guess next time we'll focus on trying to get the archery. What is that called? Archery duel? Sniper duel. Advancement. And from there, we'll kind of just, you know, do that. So thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button. You should also subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications. Additionally, you should check out the links in the description below. There's links to my Blue Sky and Twitter social media pages, a link to my Twitch page where I occasionally live stream, and a link to my Ko-Fi page where for $3 a month you can become a monthly member and get access to things like early access content or exclusive content. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.